Hey again, just thought I'd record a few more thoughts I had. I think I figured out why I'm feel even though that I said my uncle said that he'd help me so I could stay here for another month. Hopefully that can actually happen, and he's reliable, so probably can at least feel a little bit of relief in that regard. But I think the reason why I'm feeling so anxious today is that I kind of touched on it in the last video, but I think I'd almost gotten it into my head that I was just screwed no matter what. So I just, part of me had given up and just was thinking, I'm gonna be on the street. So, I did talk about that, starting this channel, part of it was a place to put videos, you know, as long as I could somehow record and upload videos to this channel, even homeless, maybe I could use that and build up a channel and interest in oh, look at this crazy homeless guy that's doing YouTube. Sometimes weird shit takes off on YouTube and just blows up, especially if you try to do something crazy. Like I think I mentioned it before, one of my thoughts was just trying to walk to Texas or California somewhere. Just pick a destination and try to survive and walk there and record videos and find ways to upload them along the way. Do something completely crazy and outrageous and see if that gets me out of homelessness quicker. And also I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry about that. It's kind of a I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, is just swirling thoughts that you just keep on going back around to the same things in your head. But I think what I'm scared about now, what really kicked my anxiety into high gear today, was after, last night I put in all those applications around the area thinking, well, if I have a whole another month and a bit, maybe somebody will really need an employee and they'll take a chance on. You know, I need about 1,200 a month to survive, which is, in the greater scheme of things, is not a huge amount of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not like I'm trying to get 2,000 a month or something that's not feasible. No, 1,200 a month could probably knock that down to around 1,100 or even 1,000 a month. That's kind of feasible with a a even like a fast food job or retail like Dollar General or something. There's one close by that I applied to. As long as I get enough hours and they start me off on enough, I could, and I would be willing to pick up extra shifts, anything. If I got more than one offer and could work out the hours and the walking schedule, I'd do two jobs. But I think what really kicked my anxiety off thinking about that, after putting the applications in, is one, of course, just the fear that, because I did put in some applications before and nobody called me. Just that happening again, just being completely ignored. And then even more anxiety of, what if I get an interview and show up and do the interview and they just won't hire me for some reason. I know I'm not the greatest looking person and I do have some physical issues, but none of them are anything that would prevent me from being able to show up and do a job. I'm not covered in tattoos, looking like I just got out of prison, like some of the people I see working. I try not to be judgmental, but it's like I do have like some dry skin issues on my face that works against me. I try to keep that cleared up, but it can be difficult, especially this time of year. And I could do more with my hair, but it's not that bad. I guess it's just the anxiety of not being able to, you know, land the job is part of it, and then just again feeling like, what the hell is so wrong with me that a place that will hire, it seems like just about anybody, won't hire me. I don't know. It's just, I suppose, being or getting depressed about things feeds into why nothing seems to ever go your way, because you set yourself up for failure. I know that. I'm trying to combat it. Take steps that if I get an interview, I clean clothes, I can get myself washed up good. Deodorant, I have deodorant on hand, and I can try to get in there and make a presentation of myself, and you know, yeah, I can do it. I'd like to work here. I'm all for this. I can try to do that, but will I actually do it good enough to get a position, to get a job? And of course, there is the physical issue that I haven't been on worked a job where I have to be on my feet all the time for a long, long time. So I know getting through the first couple of weeks, probably couple of weeks, if I do get hired somewhere, is going to be absolute goddamn hell. But I can fight through it. You know, I can handle some pain. I can deal with it if the the result at the end of it is that's only physical pain, a little bit of less emotional turmoil and stress, and not being homeless. Because I mean, I'd go through the same thing if I ended up homeless. I'd be out on the street walking all the time. So I would have to get either way, and I would rather not be homeless and just deal with the pain in a more constructive way. So yeah, there's all kinds of thoughts in my head, and I'm trying to stay positive, look on the bright side of things, not let the anxiety control me, the depression overwhelm me. But man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, again, I would like to build this into a community where we can talk to each other and eat, us as long as I'm able to, and then you all in the comments too. So yeah, how do you deal with anxiety if you go through it, and depression? What's your way of handling it? Any tips you can give me and each other, and uh, yeah, just kind of curious. Can help each other out, try to get through things together. Try to stay positive and believe that things can get better. Because unfortunately, you cross that line into truly believing that nothing can or will ever get better. We know how that usually turns out. I don't want to go down that path. Not that there's anything funny about it. I think that was more nervous laughter than anything else there. But yeah, just some other thoughts I was having, and again, you get into a bad mindset like this. If you do, what are some ways that you use to break through and keep going? I think that covers the video, that what I was wanting to talk about. Thanks for watching. Very appreciated. I'll see y'all in the next one.